Hello friends and enemies, welcome back to Happy For Now. It's me, Isabel, with the last 10 books I read. So I have read over 100 books this year, so these will be books 101 through 110 on my reading spreadsheet. My slump is over, I think, and I'm kind of tearing through books again, so I'm gonna keep doing these last 10s, and then I may have to switch to weekly reading updates. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do. Yeah, we'll just have to see how my reading pace goes in the next few months. Okay, so first of all, some of these will be books from the Light vs. Dark readathon. There is a vlog for that. I will link it up above and down below for you. Feel free to check it out, but I'll just give you quick run-throughs of these and ratings. So first up we have Jessica Cain's Farmer's Daughter. This is a menage, the swords don't cross, but this was a delightful menage with a good setup. I think this is a great introductory Jessica Cain if you're interested in giving her books a go. This one may be the perfect one to pick up. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. I don't ever see myself rating a Jessica Cain as like a 5-star read. There's just not enough substance there for me to push it to that rating, but I would say a 3-star for her is, for me, on my like rating, is great. And I think that this one was just super fun. I really liked the setup. She turns 18, she wants to bang this guy that works on her dad's farm, and then this other guy that shows up. They have a good time. I really enjoyed it. Next, I listened to Just Ride by Zyla Turner. This is a prequel to another MC series she has that is all female, or she's part of, that's like all female motorcycle club. I picked this because it was on Audible Escape for the Light vs. Dark readathon, and it was short. I really enjoyed it. I was surprised that I enjoyed it, to be honest. I've said it before, like, motorcycle clubs just don't really appeal to me. I mean, I liked Take a Chance on Me, but other motorcycle books just have never really hit me in my, as I've continued reading romance, I guess, in the same way that other books do. I gave this one a 3 out of 5 stars. Next, I read A Worthy Opponent by Katie Robert. Tink is one of my favorite characters in this whole series so far. This book was great. This is another Light vs. Dark pick. Hook is amazing. All of this was so good. This is a 4 out of 5 star read. I think if you have any interest in the series, this one might be a good one to dive in on, because it is a little tamer in a way than the other books if you're not looking for like constant menage. Things I never thought I'd say on video. But yeah, if you are not looking for that, this one may be a good one. That does happen still, so don't like think there's none. But gosh, I just loved Tink. She's so sassy, and somebody else I follow on Instagram was reading it and was like pouting because she's 5'2", and I was like, yay, she's almost my height. Because yeah, I'm like fairy height when it comes down to it, but it was just really funny. This book was so good. I really enjoyed it overall. I think that this world that Katie is building is incredible, and I cannot wait for more. Next, I listened to Claimed by Her Mates by Grace Goodwin. I was reading reviews on these after the fact, and like Stephanie wrote like, this is just porn. And I kind of agree, but I still liked it. This was a solid 3-star read for me. I think this was a fun alien romance. It really built a world very quickly in such a short amount of time that I have to commend Grace Goodwin for that. Again, this was Light vs. Dark readathon reads, so I've kind of talked about it a lot, but I think this was really fun. It does have some taboo, and it's fated mates, so that's always a blast in my opinion. Next, in a total switcheroo, I went to YA horror and I read Wilder Girls by Rory Power, not Powers. Wow. I didn't think I wasn't gonna like this book, but I am super not a horror person. I like dip my toe in and out of thriller. I love YA, we know this, I read it. And I talk about it on my channel occasionally, but you know, I'm romance centric at the end of the day. And this book, I loved it. I totally see why some people hated it, but I think this was a great introduction to body horror and a YA format. I liked the open-endedness sort of the ending. I just thought it was really good, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 star rating. I listened to it on audio, so I was able to kind of get through the body horror a little easier than I think if I was reading it with my eyeballs. Next up is Daring and the Duke by Sarah MacLean. I'm only going to tell you this. This is a 5-star read. I cried at the end. and I cannot wait for everyone else to have this book in their hands. It was a masterpiece. I will have a full review soon, I promise. I think I'm going to do a full review closer to release. I don't want to like spoil anything, but I will say that if you have any interest in Sarah MacLean's writing, maybe pick up Brazen and the Beast or Wicked and the Wallflower. Give those a try, or join the Summer of Sarah MacLean readathon that starts literally this coming week, where we're reading one Sarah MacLean book a week all the way through August. So it may be a good way for you to get your introduction to her writing. I think that The Bare Knuckle Bastards is the epitome of showing a writer's growth and planning a trilogy out, because the payoff in this final book, I'm gonna cry at just talking about it, so I have to stop. But this is a 5-star read. I loved this book. I really hope you guys are excited for it to come out. So next I listened to The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. This is a great thriller with some paranormal twists. I had fun. I like to throw paranormals in every couple months here to just kind of spice up my reading. Paranormals, thrillers, and I do enjoy them. I'm just like really picky, but who knows, maybe I'll read a whole bunch one day. Yeah, I enjoyed this. I had fun. I adored the opening. I am a murderino slash like true crime person, so that's where I get a lot of my thrillerness from versus reading it, and so I'm just kind of enjoying like slowly diving into this genre I've not really explored. I gave The Sundown Motel a 4 out of 5-star rating. Next I read The Beast by Katie Robert. This again, same thing with the rest of the Wicked Villain series. I love these books, y'all. Like these are like put it in my vein. Like Daring and the Duke and this is like put it in my veins. This is my it. Like this is like the things I want in my books. This was such a good menage. Oh my gosh. So it's Beast, Gaston, and Belle. And the Beast and Gaston are the like the head guys in their little like section of the mafia in their little like territory, and they kind of leave because of Belle. Like they kind of get into it. So they get into it because they both want to date her, and then we finally come to the conclusion that maybe we all three should just date each other. So good. So good. I can't recommend this enough if you want some dirty books right now. This series has it for you. All right, now for my alien friends, I read Strangelove by Anne Aguirre. This is on Kindle Unlimited. It's also available as an audio on Hoopla, so that's where I listen to it. Oh my gosh, this was like the alien romance of my dreams. This read like a sci-fi romance person wrote it, which is what Anne Aguirre writes, I feel like, in the best way. Like she is a romance person and she gets the romance genre and the tropes and the like the minutia of the writing this, and it's delivered in this like really cool sci-fi way. So good. Also there's a talking dog, so I loved Snaps. He was delightful. I like honestly was blown away by this book. I think she's writing more in this series, so if you like me are a lover of space romance and alien romance, this is so for you. All right, and then the last book I read was White Hot by Alona Andrews, continuing my read through of the Hidden Legacy series. I love Rogan. He does something in this book that like made my heart just like bust out of my chest. I was just so in love with him at this. We finally get them doing it, so thank goodness. It took 2 books. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I survived, but I did it, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 star, and I am excited to read Wildfire. I think that's the name of the next book. I think so. So I'm so excited for that, and I just cannot wait. Those were the last 10 books I read. Everything will be linked down below, including any videos that these are talked about in. Be sure to let me know if you've read any of these, or if something I read like made you think of a book I should read. Wreck it to me in the comments. I will be back in just a few days with another video. I can't wait to talk to you then. Be sure to subscribe and give this one a thumbs up. Bye. I've been waiting all my life for something. I've been down the darkest roads and up